Hey everybody, Mike here from Extra Life Gaming Lounge, bringing you what is hopefully going to be a new running series on our YouTube channel, and that is a series we are calling Available at Extra Life. And the main reason for this is a lot of the times we have lots of people asking us what games we've got available to play at Extra Life Gaming Lounge, and that's quite a tricky question to answer because we have over 6,000 playable titles at the CAF, and they're spread over a huge range of consoles. So what I thought I'd do is start doing what is hopefully going to be a weekly series in which once a week we highlight a video game that's available to play at the cafe. We're going to do this over obviously a wide range of different consoles, and the general idea being is that basically it should be around about a 20, 25, 30 minute video showing you a bunch of me playing through a specific video game which you can play at the CAF. Some of these will be favourites of mine, some of them will probably not be some of my favourites but are available for you to try at the CAF. Some of them I will hopefully be pretty competent at. I imagine a bunch of them I will be absolutely useless at. But either way, we figured it kind of highlights a bunch of the titles that are available to play at the CAF. This video will obviously be available on YouTube. We'll be putting up on our website as well, or this series. So it'll be something that you guys can check out and maybe find something of interest to you that you probably wouldn't have thought of playing in the past, or maybe confirm that one of your favourites there and you want to come in and check it out. Either way, for the first video, or the first game that we're going to be highlighting, is one of my all-time favourites, and that is Streets of Rage 2 on the Sega Megadrive. This was released back in 1993, I believe, and it was one I have put tons of hours in as a kid. I absolutely love this game. It's, like I said, it's traditionally a Mega Drive game. As you can see, it comes with the awesome cartridge and everything else. Cartridge, manual, job lot. This is my, obviously, a personal copy. Now, the version I'm playing on today will not be playing on the original hardware. As you can see from the background here, this will be playing on the Xbox Series X. This is available on the Series X at the cafe. It's also available on a ton of our other consoles as well. This has been put on so many different consoles because it's just an awesome game in general. But anyway, enough of the talking about that. We'll probably put some more information about the game up on the screen as we go along, and let's load it up. This is currently on the Sega Megadrive Classics for the Xbox Series X, which is a really cool collection, as you can see. But we are here to look at Streets of Rage 2. Now, like I said, this I used to play tons of as a kid, especially during the like summer months. Me and my sister used to try and play through this all the time. Absolutely loved it. This is called Bare Knuckle in Japan. Like I said, it was released in 1993 and was a sequel to the awesome Streets of Rage. There's currently been 4 Streets of Rage games out at the moment, I believe, and a bunch of like ports and stuff like that. Third one, not the biggest fan of. Fourth one, absolutely love. Second is my favourite. I think it's got one of the best soundtracks of all time. This is the intro. Mr. X, the syndicate boss, believed destroyed. Missed the rest of it. This is scrolling really fast. First for revenge, kidnaps Adam in an attempt to lure Axel and Blaze into a trap. Axel and Blaze set out to help their faithful companion, joined by Axel's friend Max, a wrestler, and Adam's kid brother Skate. They are determined to save Adam and put Mr. X out of action. 4 young friends, rage burning inside them, make a stand for friendship and peace. So with this being the sequel to the first one I believe you defeat Mr. X first time round. Then he comes back and kidnaps one of the main characters from the first one, Adam. And the whole point of this one is you're going to take him out while rescuing your friend. We're going to go for 1 player. go. Stop. And I am going to be Axel, because he is my favourite. When I was a kid, it used to be Skate that was my favourite. But I've got to admit, oops. So that's a special move. Right. So with this being a Mega Drive game, you have 3 buttons: punch, jump, and the special move, which is that. Each successful pull-off of the special move, you lose health. There's also grabs and throws in this, a bunch of other different combinations. So even for like a 3-button game, it had some really cool mechanics. You could do some really cool stuff in this, and has, as I was saying before, one of the best, in my favourite, one of the best video game soundtracks ever created. Absolutely love this soundtrack, made by, or composed by Yuzo Koshiro, I believe, who also came back to do the soundtrack to Streets of Rage 4, which is really cool. You also have really cool things like you can do that back attack for trying to sneak up behind you, like uppercuts, and each character has obviously a different moveset. Controls are similar, but like I say, the movesets are different, and also have different kind of better suited abilities. So people like Max, who's the massive wrestler, he's slow but a lot more powerful. Skates is a lot quicker but a bit weaker. And I think Blaze and Axel are pretty much the better balanced all throughout sort of characters. And if you're clever enough, well, not clever enough, but if you're quick enough, should I say, and somebody chucks you like they just did, if you press up and jump and attack, just as you're about to land, you land on your feet and those throws don't do any damage. There's loads of cool little stuff like that in the game. Also, like, as you can see, you pick up weapons as you go along. These games, I suppose, they're kind of like descendants, or evolution, should I say, of the, I guess, the Double Dragon series. Ping there indicates an extra life. Need that health, yeah. Oh, I hate these dudes. There comes times where, for some reason, I just can't hit them every now and then, and they just keep plowing through me, but that one wasn't too bad. So yeah, as I said, kind of evolutions of the Double Dragon series, which was another really cool video game series which started off at the arcades and then got ported to home consoles. Well, that was just rude. And see if we can land on my feet. Yes! There's also, with Streets of Rage 2, actually you have your combo moves. But there is also a way to do this where you can pretty much just continuously wail on the enemy because it puts them in a stun lock. I'll show you in a second. I'm gonna come up against somebody else. Like this dude coming up. Kind of like a mini boss. You'll see him come out. There he is. So we'll get rid of these guys first. Now when he gets up, we'll get rid of that knife. You can, if I can get it right, without him stabbing me again. Stand still. Oh, come on. You can just repeatedly do this. If you time it right, it stun locks them. And you can pretty much just wail on them forever. And you can do that with pretty much most of the enemies throughout the game. Certain bosses it doesn't work on. But for the most part, you can just plow through them. One of my favourite levels is this. I think it's a really cool thing, bit like a gang-infested wine bar. I think it's quite funny. But yeah, you used to have so many hours in on this game, and there's tons of like hidden secrets and hidden lives and stuff like that you can find in certain areas. And people trying to trick you like that, trying to cheat. And so basically, as you go along, you tend to find different kind of parts of the city that you're going through. I forget the name of the city, to be fair. It's Mega City or something like that. But either way, you go through different parts of the city. Like you end up on a baseball pitch in one part. Weirdly enough, you end up on a weird pirate ship type level, which doesn't fit in with the rest of the game. A weird, creepy forest. Factories and all sorts of really cool variety of levels. That's one of those games where you can just kind of play through time and time again. It's a really good playback value. It doesn't get overly repetitive. I mean, I suppose most side-scrolling beat-em-ups do get a bit repetitive at times, but I mean, I guess it's just the nature of the type of games they are. I guess there's not a huge amount of variety, but this is just a thoroughly enjoyable, easy pick up and play game. Doesn't take a huge amount of attention. And one of the other things about this game is it's an absolutely brilliant two-player co-op. Really is. That's where this game shines. And that was a perfect example of that stun lock move I was mentioning earlier. She usually jumps all over the place and attacks you with an electric whip. So this is our first end of stage boss. And I'm going to take these guys out first because it only activates his combat when you cross a certain point. Now that they're out of the way. I mean, with the end of stage bosses, one of the things you may notice is that enemies won't stop coming at you. So you can't get rid of all of these. They'll just keep coming and coming and coming. And being able to land on your feet really helps with that guy, because that's one of his big power moves, is the ability to throw you. He also has a nasty kick back, apparently. And it looks like we don't have that many enemies now. I'm going to leave that turkey. In fact, no, I'll pick that up. So the difference between the two health bars, if you guys haven't already figured it out yet, which you probably have, is the turkeys give you a full bar of health when you get them, and the apples give you return you a smaller amount of health. I mean, this is also still one of those games where let's do a powerful back. No. One of those games where you can get enemies that stand outside of frame and you can still hit them, sort of thing, which happens quite often in this game. Yeah, that was stage 1 clear. We are up to 6 lives. Fairly straightforward. I think I've got this set on normal, so it's not set on the hardest setting. So this is like a massive bridge, this level, and it's quite cool because some of the enemies you get in this, you get like dudes on motorbikes that are constantly trying to run you over. It can be a bit annoying at times, but it's quite nice. There they are. Bit of variety. Sling that knife at him. Tend not to use the knives much. You also have 2 different types of jump attack as well, which come in handy with these bike guys. So you have the normal flying kick, and then this weird kind of knee/crotch flying down attack, which, as bizarre as it looks, comes in really handy for the biker gangs. So if you see me keep looking up left and right, I'm just checking that all the recording equipment is still working as it should be. It's been a while since I've done any videos, and the PC I use isn't the newest or fastest anymore. I just like to keep an eye on these things. I love this sound. Absolutely brilliant. Plow through these enemies. Later on, you'll see a lot more of these guys. Some of them just attack. Probably didn't really have to get that there, but by the time... Ah! No! I'm going to say by the time an enemy comes, I would have walked past, but you can't go back as well, with this constantly scrolling left. One of those games that once something leaves the screen, other than the enemies, you can't go back to it. I'm not doing great against the bikes today. But I also believe that the Streets of Rage games were kind of a response to Capcom's Final Fight as well, I think. I think Sega decided that they needed a really good side-scroller and beat 'em up like Final Fight. I think that came first. I'll have to double check that, I'm not quite sure. But again, Final Fight's another one of my favourites, although that's a lot more arcadey in terms that it absolutely robs you blind of like your health and money and stuff, whereas this is obviously a bit fairer than Final Fight was. I do believe that this got an arcade release, but I don't recall ever seeing it myself. That was an example of them not going away until you take them out. No, 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 grenades. Right, come on. No? Keep that pipe, I'm going to chuck it at somebody in a minute. This dude's getting pipe chucked at him. Come on. Or maybe not, this dude to the left. There you go, have a pipe. Oh! Yeah, like I said, this... as I was saying, this game is available on quite a few of our consoles at the camp. Give me the turkey, thank you. Good old 90s trash turkeys. Can't beat them. Just wandered into the back of what I believe is a van. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's a van. So yeah, as I was saying, we pirate. I don't know what these guys are. They're like martial artist guys. Very bizarre. So saying this game is available at the CAF on quite a few of our consoles actually. So we've got it on the Series X, we've got it on our arcade stick, PlayStation 1, original Xbox, quite a few. Get off. And if you're looking for a decent 2-player game, I always recommend this one to people. Let me get my trash apple. There we are. Such good fun, and it's quite a quick playthrough as well. Assuming you're doing well, it doesn't take too long to get through this. There are quite a few people who have got through all 3 of them in one sitting at the CAF before. Which is quite an achievement, because I don't think I've ever finished the 3rd one. I tend not to... I think I may have finished it once, but that might be non-easy. It's not my favourite. Yeah, so there we go. It was some kind of truck. There we go. Hidden extra life there. And my ability to punch 3 people at the same time. Look at it. Nothing. Just reminded me of those guys. You have to be a bit careful of the ones with no hair. Because they tend to uppercut you when you're going in for flying kicks unless you time it right. Trash apple. Always fun. I'm not sure if it's the same in this one, but I know in the first Streets of Rage if you were playing 2-player, you could do like a combination jump thing, where you would get hold of your teammate, do like a jump over them into like a somersault, and then fly into the enemy in front of you. But it was kind of one of those little secrets that you could pull off. I think they may have removed it for this one. Not that it matters, because I'm not playing 2-player co-op, so I can't do it. There we are. Oh no, I didn't even get the trash turkey just yet. This is the end of stage boss. I believe his name's Jet. For obvious reasons. He's a bit of a pain. Like I said, these dudes like to uppercut you. And his main thing, Jet, is you have to do flying attacks. Oh, and he steals you or grabs you and does like a massive jet-powered ground slam. So you're constantly having to fly and kick this dude. And if you get too close, it does that. There we go. This may be the first life I lose. So yeah, like I said, the idea behind the series is to highlight games that you can play at Extra Life. And like I said, probably, I should say about a 20-25 minute video of each game, but we'll see. It's not going to be like a set rule or anything. We'll see how long the game lasts. I suppose it depends on how well I'm doing at the game is how long the video lasts, I guess. But I figured we'd start off the first one with a game I know relatively well. I can show you a fair bit of footage of, or a bit of progress of, should I say, rather than a game I know nothing about and don't get anywhere on at all. Or just can't get very far in general. I tend to find that I suck at games like the Resident Evils when it comes to the puzzles in them. I just tend to end up going around in circles time and time again. But this game I know quite. I'm amazing at it, but I can get by. I really don't use the knives as much as I probably should in this. Time to start swinging pipe. There we go. So all the different names they have of the enemies and all on the health bars. BT. Well, they're all BTs, though, so that's Donovan. They're both Donovan. These Donovan twins. No, that's dead. Where are we off to now? Next part of the stage. Ah, cool, we're in an arcade. Bare knuckle arcade. So if you can see all these bare knuckle cabinets, obviously the first Streets of Rage game. They're all pretending to play. The cool thing with Streets of Rage 4 is these cabinets are scattered throughout the game, and if you pick up a taser and taser the arcade cabinet, it puts you into a hidden boss level. That's another life. Nice, 8 lives. And it's all done in like a retro style, that boss fight. So they're like bosses from the previous games in that style. It's really cool. And weirdly enough, that little backhand I do there is one of the more powerfulest punches in the game, for some reason. Pirate. So this is where it starts getting a bit weird. So far, everything that you've seen has, been something that you would typically, or the areas you typically see in the city. So, like streets, bridges, stuff like that. Now we're going to go on to a weird pirate ship. I mean, these were the dudes I was telling you about earlier. Guys with the knives, I really don't like them when they come running at you. So yeah, next part we're going to go on a pirate ship because why not? Well, to be fair, it's quite a cool level, and then you end up in a weird jungle area with a bizarre character who looks like he's straight out of a certain particular game, which you will see when we get to it. Decided I can't really stop the game until we got to a specific boss. It was a bit of a rip-off of a character from another franchise, but it's still funny nonetheless. Just falling from the sky as they do. Out of the way. Nobody in Streets of Rage likes wearing shirts either for some reason. Shirts are not in common supply. Or maybe it's just a requirement of being part of a massive gang. You're not allowed to wear shirts. It was the 90s, it made sense back then. You slap me. Right, so go right for pirates. Here we are. We're on a pirate ship. Because why wouldn't you be? trash apple just yet. Well, if I remember correctly, in that box, I believe there's an extra life. So I would be getting that. Now then, oi, knock it off. Get the trash apple now, though. There we are. I want up. And then these two ninja type people on pirate ships, because ninjas and pirates, I guess. Have a sword. Oh no, he's... Oh, forgetting which one's which now. Good old headbutt. And they do a weird shadow move, which you can't hit them with while they're moving. Kusanagi. Right, so that's the pirate ship done with. We are now... Oh no, we're not in the creepy jungle yet. There's a couple of areas before that. I stand corrected. Get up. I'm sleeping on the job. Here we go. This is the entrance to the creepy jungle. Oh, and another I should mention, Streets of Rage 2, well, all of the Streets of Rage actually use a common trope of, although I imagine it probably wasn't so much of a trope back then, as it is now. The further on the game you get, the more kind of mini bosses and bosses you start to see as normal enemies. To the point where, like, the last stage of this, if I remember correctly, is just boss fight after boss fight, and mixed the different types. So obviously her being more agile, covering the like air attacks and stuff, with him doing all the ground stuff, makes it a bit more of a challenge. But Tobino's not very good at avoiding the stun lock. See ya! And now we're off to the creepy jungle. So yeah, this is a really weird part of the game. It doesn't fit in with any other part. Instead of trash turkeys in trash cans, you've got weird alien turkey in what looks like kind of a weird glowing alien egg with a xenomorph, baby xenomorph inside it. You can see the shadow, and when you punch them they explode. And naturally had a sword in it, which we can start having lots of fun with. Slashy slashy. One of the other things we'll probably do with this feature is show games that are available at the cafe which I've never played before, because there's quite a few that I've not played. So that'd be interesting for me to see new stuff as well as you see the new stuff, and see if the games are any good. Because I imagine not all of the games are. See all like the weird HR Geiger style style artwork on the back of these walls here, weird kind of alien-esque looking stuff. Really stands out compared to all the other levels in the game. I can't remember if they have anything like this in the other two. Completely forgot about this guy. It's like a mini boss type thing. When the first time I played this, initially I thought that the character about to come up was the actual end of level boss, but he's not. P signal's dead. Money. We don't trust banks either. Don't put your money in the bank, keep it in a strange alien egg. Yeah, if you look on the back wall, you'll see a weird horned enemy. Or weird horned thing that's about to be an enemy. There is a P signal again. Trash apple. This dude. See you later, Jonathan. Oh no! I'm not very good at this one, I'll be honest. You're meant to kind of, I think you do like the standing kick when it comes close to you. Maybe kick him. Or you could just time it completely wrong like I just did there. I don't think it takes that many hits, to be honest. Better. It says, what's his name? I missed its name. The Helix? I don't know. The Helix? The Helitis? I don't know. Either way, he's just killed me. So he's just staring at his name rather than punching him in the face. 8 lives. Right, now we're on to the final boss of this stage, or will be in a minute. This is the dude I was mentioning I want to show you later. Earlier I was saying, sorry. Want to get rid of weird pirate ninjas. Ah, wrong button. Try and avoid using my special move where possible to get through the game without using them. Here he goes. See if you recognise this dude. That is pretty much Blanca from Street Fighter 2. Called Zamza, apparently. And he's an absolute nightmare. One of my least favourite bosses in the game. But it's just bizarre how they've clearly just ripped him from Street Fighter 2 and just made him legally different enough. Not get sued? I'm assuming. Yeah, Street Fighter 2 was definitely around before this. It must have been. So it's not the other way around. Ah! Hey! Slashy sword. No, it was that. Didn't do me much good though. I stabbed him in the foot with it while I chucked it at him. Dude's got a... I really don't like really jumpy around type enemies. Much prefer them when they stand still and let me knee them in the face like that. Which is better for everyone really, I find. Come on! Yes! He's down. Right, that's stage 3 cleared, and I think that's probably a good place to stop this video, actually. Got to see quite a bit of Streets of Rage 2, one of my favourite games of all time. Just really enjoy playing this. And that wraps up our first video in the Available at Extra Life series. Like I said, a series of videos which will highlight some of the games that you can play at Extra Life Gaming Lounge. So I want to thank you all for spending the time, or taking the time out, should I say, to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what one of your favourite video games is. Feel free to subscribe. And also feel free to come down and visit us at Extra Life Gaming Lounge. We have a huge variety of video games, homemade food, drinks, desserts, all sorts, all for you. So please come down and say hi. Other than that, again, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Goodbye.